The racing cyclists of Burundi are not afraid to take risks. Whoever wants to transport goods in Burundi does so by bike. Distances are short. Burundi is one of the smallest countries in Africa.
I know nothing about brewing. That's why I'm a driver and I'm happy to be able to transport Pamphil's bananas. That's how I struggle along.
Whenever he is not transporting bananas, Tarsian offers rides on his bicycle taxi. Tarsian has loaded 8 clusters onto his bike. Together, they make up for 160 kilos. He has to transport them 15 kilometers. Luckily, the first part is downhill. Three kilometers from his destination, there is a long ascent. Now Tarsian must really pedal. Tarsian is 22 years old. He never went to school.
Riding my bike is all I'm good at. I never did anything else. I don't even want to, except if I found less tiring work. I definitely don't want to be carrying anything on top of my head like the women do. It's exhausting to pedal, yes, but carrying things on my head? No way.
After 45 minutes, Tarsian reaches his destination, the Banana Beer Brewers Village. Burundi is one of the poorest countries in Africa. Owning a bike is worth a great deal here. Another 60 kilometers to Bujumbura, uphill, downhill. Antoine Kabura could drive faster, but he knows what's happening behind him, so he doesn't want to risk an accident. Whoever wants to save time and energy holds on to his truck. Antoine finds this really annoying.
What they are doing poses a lethal hazard, not only for them, but also for us truck drivers. I often have to abruptly dodge due to approaching traffic or because of a pothole. The cyclists that are holding on to the truck can't see it coming. They're surprised by it and crash. Terrible. I often see it in the rear mirror. Some die. I think they should stop it. It's prohibited too.
Eric Nitsitunga has been transporting bananas from the north to the capital for 5 years. He fixed 14 clusters to his carrier. That's about 250 kilos, a lot, even by Burundian standards.
I have to tie the bananas to the carrier in such a way that the center of gravity lies in the middle. One mistake and I would lose my balance in the curves and crash. I also have to make sure that the bananas don't get bruised.
Even Eric can't resist the temptation to let himself be pulled up the hill. It doesn't always turn out well. Already early in the morning, the first cyclists are on their way to supply the markets. The Burundi Cyclists are famous throughout the whole country. They transport the heaviest and bulkiest goods and are the fastest riders. Burundi, situated at the southern tip of the Kibera National Park, is a traffic junction. Two federal roads meet here and unify to lead to the capital of Burundi. The 200-kilo load literally pushes Eric downhill. He quickly reaches speeds of up to 60 to 70 kilometers an hour. He can't apply the brakes. His tires would burst. If the roads are wet, you're likelier to slip. But since he can't apply the brakes, he must wait for the next descent. Until then, it's brace yourself and hope for the best. Nobody knows just how many accidents occur and how many cyclists are actually involved. There is no such thing as traffic statistics in Burundi. Often the poor condition of the bikes is responsible. The last ascent up to Bujumbura is tough. Without help, no one would manage to move forward. And so a new profession emerged, the pushing assistant. The men earn 10 cents for the 15-minute tour. At the end of the long ascent, a little shop offers food and beverages. Eric doesn't always have enough money to buy something for himself after this exhausting ascent. Eric trusts his steering abilities. He doesn't have much choice. He already had quite a few accidents, but up to now, he only suffered some bruises and bone fractures. Arrival in Bujumbura. The cyclists have to push their way through the traffic of this lively metropolis. The first shop Eric is delivering to lies at the far end of the city. It takes a very specific technique to park the bicycle in such a way that it doesn't fall down with the 200-kilo load on it. 5 times a week, Eric delivers 2 banana clusters to the little shop. For each cluster, he gets 12,000 Burundian francs. That's 6 euros, €2 of an income remain. Here in the heavy traffic of the city, the challenge for Eric is of a different kind compared to his cross-country ride. It's not about steep ascents, downhill racing, or the struggle with truck drivers and the police. The difficulty lies in maintaining the balance and being careful not to get hit by other vehicles, because then he'd fall. Shops everywhere in Burundi, especially near the markets, where most cyclists deliver their goods. Alexandre Tassis has been the boss here for 5 years. Most bicycles in his shop come from China and break down easily.
These bikes are basically like all the others. We have to reinforce the carrier with iron bars. Good tires are important though.
Bike courier Eric also comes here if he has enough money to afford new tires. The work is being done fast here and he gets some good advice as well. Almost 100 mechanics work for Alexandre.
Some customers live nearby, but most of them come from far away. For example, from Gatumba or Bugurama. Some are foreigners coming from the Congo to have their bikes repaired here. They trust me.
Eric appears unruffled by the fact that he has to spend a portion of his narrow income in order to keep his bike in good shape.
It's very important to change tires. They were totally worn out. If there's rain like today, you can easily slip and fall. The tires burst more easily too, especially when you brake. I already patched the tube 4 times. It's just too dangerous.
Eric cycles back to Bugurama on new tires. The Burundi racing cyclists have divided up the district. There are those who cycle in from the north and go back in the evening. The others serve the southern route.